Before the world called him the King of Pop, Michael Jackson was a child in Gary, Indiana, rehearsing in a crowded family home where music was not just a dream, it was a command. At the center of that command was his father, Joe Jackson. Joe saw talent in his sons early, especially Michael. He saw timing, rhythm, stage presence, and a possible escape from poverty. But the way he chased that escape came with pressure Michael carried for the rest of his life. This was not a normal childhood with music on the side. For Michael, childhood became rehearsal, performance, correction, and fear. The Jackson 5 were trained like professionals before they were old enough to understand what fame would cost. They practiced for hours, repeated steps until they were perfect, learned to smile on cue, hit every note, and move like a machine. And when mistakes happened, Michael later described a home where discipline could turn harsh. Joe was not only a father, he was the manager, the critic, the authority, and the person Michael desperately wanted approval from. That made the pressure powerful. Michael was not just trying to impress an audience, he was trying to survive the judgment of the man at home. As the Jackson 5 exploded onto television, the world saw 5 young brothers full of energy and joy. But behind the polished suits and perfect choreography was a child carrying adult responsibility. The family brand needed success, the record labels needed hits, the cameras needed smiles, and Michael, the youngest star in the spotlight, became the engine of it all. Joe's defenders say his discipline created greatness. They argue that without his control, the Jackson 5 may never have escaped Gary, and Michael may never have become a global icon. But success does not erase the damage done along the way. Michael grew up with perfection as a survival skill. Every movement, sound, and expression mattered. The stage became the safest place to be praised, while ordinary life became something he could only watch from the outside. That kind of pressure can shape a genius.
It can also trap a person inside the fear that love must be earned. Later, as Michael became one of the most famous artists in history, he fought for control over his music, image, home, and world. But that fight may have started with the control he never had as a child. That is the tragedy of Michael Jackson's story. Joe Jackson helped build the path to greatness, but the same pressure that pushed Michael toward the spotlight left scars fame could not hide.